Welcome to the NEE webinar on the new learning organizers. We're recording today's session, and please feel free to type questions into the chat box as we go along. We have Tom Hairston and Kinder Christians here with us today, and they're going to be monitoring the questions for us. We'll get right into it. Initially, the EdHub library was a totally separate site from the NEE data tool. Some of you may remember when your teachers had to click the EdHub button and then log in again and had to add subscription tokens each year in order to access the materials. When EdHub was first integrated into the data tool, there was no journal feature. We were really happy to offer our members direct access without having to log into a separate site and without having to add those subscription tokens, but we've been looking forward to being able to bring a journal feature back to EdHub. This year, NEE is introducing a new integrated organizer to be used for professional learning. The organizer works much like the other NEE organizers, with unique versions for specialists and teachers that are linked to each group's standards and indicators. Learning organizers are used to process professional learning, analyze current instructional practices, set goals for the use of strategies, and reflect on progress. We're currently in our first stage with the learning organizers. In the months to come, we'll be adding report features and hopefully a learning organizer for administrators. Presently, you'll find that we have a learning organizer for teachers, which is tied to the NEE standards and indicators, and one for each of the specialists that is tied to their standards and indicators, including librarians, counselors, and speech-language pathologists. The organizer for instructional coaches will be launched at the same time as their online evaluation organizer, which should be very soon. Learning organizers are created by the teacher or specialist. There's no way for an administrator to begin an organizer for their faculty members, and there's no button to click to assign work for teachers. Just as before, professional learning work is assigned to teachers through the comments section on a classroom observation, through the PD plan, or a short-term growth plan. To begin, the teacher or specialist clicks the My Organizers button and clicks the appropriate type of learning organizer. Everyone who has the individual or teacher access level will have the option of using the teacher learning organizer. This organizer links to all of the NEE standards and indicators. If the user's profile includes the position of counselor, library media specialist, speech-language pathologist, or instructional coach, they will also have the option of selecting that organizer. In this screenshot of the data tool menu bar, you can see a teacher's view on the left with the three organizers that are available to them: PD plan, teacher learning, and unit of instruction. On the right side, you can see the menu bar for a school librarian. It offers the PD plan, teacher learning, librarian evaluation, librarian learning, and unit of instruction organizers. Selecting one of the learning organizers displays a list of those that have already been created by the teacher. Those previously created can be opened by clicking the Edit button. The teacher can create a new learning organizer by clicking the gold New Organizer button. When creating a new learning organizer, the teacher fills in 3 information fields. The first field either displays the name of the teacher's building assignment, or if the teacher is assigned to more than one building, it allows the teacher to select the school building to which the organizer will be submitted. The second field asks the teacher to select the appropriate NEE indicator as a tag for the learning organizer. The specialist versions of the Learning Organizer offer the appropriate standards and indicators for each specialist area. The third field allows the teacher to assign a title to the Learning Organizer. This allows the teacher to more easily identify individual organizers in case they complete several on the same indicator during a school year. When all fields have been completed, the teacher clicks the gold Create Organizer button. This screenshot shows the top of a completed Learning Organizer. You'll notice that at the top it displays the school year, the building, indicator, standard, position, title, and creation date. At the bottom of this visual graphic is a button that the teacher can switch to indicate to the administrator that the organizer is ready for review. The gold Back to Organizers button takes the individual back to their list of learning organizers, and the look-fors for the standard and indicator selected by the teacher are displayed directly below that Ready for Review toggle button. Below that, each learning organizer for teachers and specialists offers 3 text boxes with prompts to summarize the learning, record a plan for using the learning in the classroom, and reflect on the success of the plan and record the next steps to be taken. Below that, the final box asks the teacher to record the amount of time spent in learning, planning, and implementation for that professional learning activity. The Learning Organizer report features will allow administrators to track the amount of time spent on professional learning and the indicators that were addressed. While the Learning Organizers are perfect for documenting work with EdHub modules, they can also be used for professional learning that stems from readings, webinars, peer observations, communities of practice, or face-to-face PD events. Now let's look at the principal view. This is a principal's desktop and menu bar from the data tool. Learning organizers are available for the principal to view as soon as they're created by the teacher. The principal simply clicks the My Teacher button and then clicks Review Teacher Learning Organizers or the appropriate specialist learning organizer. You can see if you look closely, they're all lined up here in the first column under organizers. And then the principal would locate and click on the teacher's name. There's also a shortcut path available on the principal's dashboard. Once a teacher clicks the Ready for Review button on a learning organizer, the principal will receive a notification on their dashboard. The inset on this screen shows a principal's dashboard with the notification area outlined in red. This magnified area shows the notifications. You can see that there is one pending approval under the teacher learning organizers. Now, although the program uses the language pending approval, there's actually no approval process. This just means that a teacher has marked a learning organizer as ready for review. Whether you use the path through the My Teachers button or click on the link in the notifications area, the next display will be this screen that shows the teacher's learning organizers. Notice that the top learning organizer in this screenshot is the one that has been checked as ready for review. The principal can open it, read the teacher's responses, and enter comments if desired by clicking the appropriate View button. The inset in this screenshot shows the whole learning organizer as it will be displayed for the principal, with the building, title, indicator tag, etc., and the 3 prompts with the teacher's responses. The text box for reviewer comments is at the bottom, and it's shown in the magnification. The principal can enter comments for the teachers if desired, and once they're saved, the teacher will be able to view them. Now, as I said, there's no approval process, and there's no need to comment on all learning organizers. NEE recommends that principals review the learning organizers for teachers who are working on directed improvement goals, perhaps new teachers, especially if they're using the NEE Beginning Teacher Assistance module in EdHub, and perhaps a sampling of other teachers' organizers throughout the year. The gold button at the bottom returns the principal to the teacher's list of learning organizers. So, what's next for learning organizers? Well, first we're going to launch the instructional coach organizer. Remember, that'll happen at the same time that their evaluation organizer is launched. We're also working on the reporting feature for professional learning. This report will open in Excel, and it will include the teacher's name, the standard and indicator tags, the title assigned to the organizer, and the time spent on that learning event. Building and district level administrators will be able to sort by any of those categories to get the data they need regarding professional learning. We hope to add a learning organizer for administrators that will be very similar to the ones you've seen today for teachers and specialists. It will be available on your menu bar under the My Organizers button. Finally, we have a new module in EdHub under the NEE training materials topic called Using EdHub to Support Professional Learning. It has an activity that explains the learning organizers that you might want to direct your teachers to. And we'll be adding a screencast demo of creating an organizer in the near future. That wraps up our presentation. It's pretty short and sweet. What questions do you still have? Go ahead and put them into the chat box. And it looks like somebody has one from Sherry Patterson. She says, if the principal reviews the learning organizer but does not comment, will the teacher know that it has been reviewed? No, there's no notification to the teacher that it has been opened and looked at. So the only way they'll know is if the principal comments on it. Rachel Hammers asked, can the principal assign modules and indicators for the learning plan? There's no button to assign EdHub modules or specific indicators, but you can do that through the comments area on a classroom observation, or if the teacher has included specific indicators in their PD plan, it's documented there. And then also if you have teachers who are on short-term professional growth plans, you can identify those in there. As you begin using the learning organizers, you'll find that they provide a simple and effective way to document, process, and track professional learning for the whole faculty. Keeping it all under the roof of the data tool makes it accessible to all stakeholders with no need to coordinate another site or storage location. Thanks for joining us today. We hope you'll find the learning organizers meet your needs in processing professional learning, and that you'll send us your feedback on the organizers and the way they work. I'm going to stay online for a few more minutes and see if other questions pop up that we can address for you. I see one that says, does this link to the EdHub modules, or is the learning simply tracked on the reflection questions? It's linked by the teacher tagging the standards and indicators, so not to a particular EdHub module. But if you want them to use the title of the EdHub activity before the title of their learning organizer, that would be one way to track, to match that up a little more closely. And there's another question, is there a way to assign staff to specific administrators? The pending reports on the home screen shows all staff. That's true. Just like with classroom observations, summative reports, PD plans, none of those can be assigned to a specific administrator. It just goes to, the notifications go to all administrators who are assigned to that same building. So just as you divide people up for observations and approving PD plans, you'll do the same thing for the learning organizers. Tom Hairston says that's a good question, though. We might be able to add that at some point. John says, thanks for the efficient training. I'm nothing if not efficient. Well, thank you all for joining us today. If you have more questions, feel free to send them to us by email at nee@missouri.edu. I receive all those emails and I'll be happy to answer your questions there and help you as you get started using these. Bye.